Hello and welcome to LEGO Accuracy, where I see how accurate LEGO sets are to what they are based on. This time, I am seeing how accurate the Batman 1989 and Batman Returns sets are to the movies. Starting with Batman 1989. The first set is the big 1989 Batmobile from 2019. The first minifigure is Batman, and what makes this really accurate is the cowl and cape piece that gives it the right shape, but makes it more stiff, which is also accurate to the movie for the cowl. But the cape isn't as rubbery and stiff in the movie. Like pretty much all of the Batman figures based on the movies, the eyes are inaccurate. LEGO is dead set on keeping the white eyes, even though in the movies his regular eyes show through. I kind of understand why they do it, but I would love if they did make a figure with his regular eyes, and it does make this figure a little inaccurate. So I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. The second minifigure is Joker, and I think this is pretty much perfect with that permanent smile and the very detailed prints. The hat isn't exact, but it's pretty close and the best existing hat piece. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 5 out of 5. The third minifigure is Vicky, and the printing is accurate, but the color is wrong. In the movie it looks blue, so I don't know why they made it green for the figure. And the hair isn't perfect, but it's fine. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 3.5 out of 5. The build is the Batmobile, and it being in a large scale like this makes it very accurate because they can get more details and better shaping to the build. And they did a fantastic job with the entire build, even getting accurate features like the guns popping out in the front and the top sliding forward. I don't think this build could have been much better than it already is, so I give this build an accuracy score of 5 out of 5. This set also comes with a stand for the figures, and I'm not going to give it a score because it represents a rooftop with gargoyles, which I don't think is necessarily accurate or inaccurate, and it's just here for display purposes. So overall, the average of the whole set gets an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. The second set is the 1989 Batmobile Limited Edition, which was released as a gift with purchase with the big version. This is way less accurate, especially comparing it to the new 2023 version, and because it is a smaller scale, it has less of the details. The wings in the back aren't right, the shaping could be better, and the guns being stud shooters is good for play, but not good for accuracy. I give this build an accuracy score of 3 out of 5. The third set is the big 1989 Batwing from 2020. The first minifigure is the same Batman, which I already gave an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. The second figure is Mime Joker, and this is another fantastic figure that I don't really see anything wrong with. Maybe the spots on the tie being missing and no hair under their hat, but those are very minimal, so I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 5 out of 5. The third minifigure is Lawrence, which is a weird choice for a figure, but still a great figure nonetheless, and there is nothing wrong with this figure. The printing couldn't be any better to me. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 5 out of 5. The build is the Batwing, and like the big Batmobile, because it's at a bigger scale, it gets a lot more details, and does them pretty well. It also gets that bat silhouette pretty much perfect. I give this build an accuracy score of 5 out of 5, and this set also comes with the stand for the figures. So overall, the average of the whole set gets an accuracy score of 5 out of 5. The fourth set is Batmobile Batman vs. the Joker Chase from 2023. The first minifigure is Batman, and this is way less accurate than the previous version. I don't love this new cowl piece, and it doesn't look as accurate. The ears are shorter, and of course the white eyes are still wrong. The torso printing isn't bad, but that line under the bat symbol doesn't look right to me. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 3 out of 5. The second minifigure is Joker, and again it's such a downgrade. The face print does not resemble him as much, the torso print is fine but a little more simplified, and there is no leg printing on this version. But they finally used that hairpiece for him in that color that I've been thinking they should use for years. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 3 out of 5. The build is the Batmobile, and I think this is a fantastic build, and really accurate for an official LEGO minifig scale 1989 Batmobile, and definitely more accurate than the previous version. The shaping is so much better, and it does have the gun pop-up feature like the big version, but the knob on the side for the feature does look out of place. I give this build an accuracy score of 5 out of 5 because I really can't see this build being much better for this size. So overall, the average of the whole set gets an accuracy score of 3.5 out of 5. The minifigures really bring down this set. The fifth set is Batwing Batman vs. the Joker from 2023. The first figure is the same Batman, which I already gave an accuracy score of 3 out of 5. The second minifigure is the same Joker figure. The only difference is the hat, which I don't think makes it any more or less accurate, so it gets the same score of 3 out of 5. The build is the Batwing, and the shaping isn't as smooth as the Batmobile or the bigger version of the Batwing, but it's still good and it gets the overall design right. It also does the bat silhouette pretty well. I give this build an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. So overall, the average of the whole set gets an accuracy score of 3.5 out of 5. And overall, the average of all the Batman 1989 sets gets an accuracy score of 4 out of 5. Now on to the Batman Returns sets. The first set is the Batman 1992 Polybag from 2023. The minifigure is the Returns Batsuit, which is a suit I really like, and this figure portrays it really well. It has the same problems the 89 suit figure has, and I don't think this is any more or less accurate than that figure. So I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. The build is another rooftop stand, so like the previous stands, I'm not going to give it a score for the same reasons. So the Polybag overall gets a 4.5 out of 5. The second set is the Batman construction figure from 2023. It doesn't look like it too much, but the build for the figure is supposedly based on the Batman Returns suit. I can tell that it does resemble the suit in some ways, but it's not obvious and just seems like a regular Batman figure. You can kind of see some of the armor, and the belt is a similar design, but not the exact right shape, and it has the white eyes like always. I give this an accuracy score of 3.5 out of 5. The third and final set is Batcave Shadow Box from 2023. The first minifigure is the same Batman Returns suit, which I already gave an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. The second minifigure is a display version of the same suit, but it does have differences and not for the better. It uses the same less accurate cowl piece, a regular cape, and just a trans head underneath because he isn't wearing it. The torso print is accurate, but like the 89 version like this, I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 3 out of 5. The third minifigure is Bruce Wayne, and I don't think he wore this exact outfit, but it isn't far from an outfit he would wear. And I think the hairpiece and face print are fine. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 3 out of 5. The fourth minifigure is Alfred, and I think everything about this figure looks right except for the hairpiece. I don't think that it's perfect, but it works. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 4.5 out of 5. The fifth minifigure is the Penguin, and everything seems to be right about it, but to me it just doesn't resemble him in the movie quite right. And the fur piece might be a little too big. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 4 out of 5. The sixth minifigure is Catwoman, and this is another figure that doesn't look quite right. I think the Black Panther ears work well enough, but of course aren't perfect, and I feel it could have been a little more detailed. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 4 out of 5. The seventh and final minifigure is Max Schreck, and I think this is the least accurate figure out of all these sets. The hairpiece is probably the most accurate part, but the face print is completely off, and the only thing kind of right about the torso is the stripes. I give this minifigure an accuracy score of 2 out of 5. The first build is the Batmobile, and this is very similar to the version from the standalone set, but there are some differences. The wings in the back are a little taller, there are no caps on the wheels, and the vents on the sides are different. To be honest, I do think the differences make this version a little less accurate, but they are so minor that I have to just give it the same score of 5 out of 5. And the last build is the Batcave. In the movie, it obviously doesn't have the big box, but that part of the set is just for display purposes, so I'm not really going to count that towards the accuracy. The layout of the Batcave is completely different from the movie. It has some of the same areas like the place for the Batmobile, but it just isn't that accurate. I give this build an accuracy score of 2 out of 5. So overall, the average of the whole set gets an accuracy score of 3.5 out of 5. And overall, the average of all the Batman Returns sets gets an accuracy score of 4 out of 5. And overall, the average of all the sets from both movies gets an accuracy score of 4 out of 5. I'll give the most accurate minifigure to Lawrence with a 5 out of 5. I see nothing wrong with this figure. I'll give the most accurate build to the big 1989 Batmobile with a 5 out of 5. And the most accurate set is the big 1989 Batwing with a 5 out of 5. So that's how accurate the Batman 1989 and Batman Returns LEGO sets are to the movies. There are some great sets with some really accurate stuff and some less accurate stuff. But anyway, that's all I have to say. See you next time, goodbye.